handsome. Hold them up like we came for the ransom. I'm in the field, 2-minute drill. Highlight reel, let's review, what's the deal, okay? Watching footage going out of control. Buckle up, we got an hour to go, so let's go, that's straight heat. Ain't no chillin' around here. Back that back, Nat Chance, how we feelin' around here? Got my whole squad in the building around here. If my name ain't on it, then I really don't care. Come on. 3-point stance, we advance. Ball in my hands, I don't take no chance. Touchdown dance, that's my jam. No hot takes, this is nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. The beat on the beat, hey. Yeah.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to MBR, or as we like to call it around here, Nothing But Rants, the show where I find topics that I'm oddly passionate about and I pontificate upon them. These are not hot takes, but rather takes that I'm hot about. What's up? You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Thursday evening here inside the studio. Have had a loaded week of content here on the show, and as we like to say, when it gets to Thursday at 8 o'clock, hey, last show, best show. We got an absolutely loaded 2 hours for you guys tonight. ESPN's Football Power Index dropped like 20 minutes before the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which means I'm going to spend the rest of my night arguing with Big Ten fans because, you know, that machine's biased. The computer is definitely biased. I want to get this off the top, all right? I just had this thought. Like, us Southerners are normally, like, labeled the dumber side of this country. Properly or improperly, it's what it is. I find it really, really interesting that I have to explain what math is and what, like, hey, 18 pick 9, okay? 18 pick 9 versus 16 pick 9 when 7 of the 18 are ranked 60 to 71. That's going to create a vast difference in outcomes of difficulty of schedule in the Big Ten than it is, hey, 9 pick 16 when 12 of the 16 are inside the top 40. Okay, but a biased machine nonetheless. I think it's very, very simple. No one, when we talk strength of schedule, is arguing whether or not Indiana, Oregon, or the Ohio States of the world are capable or maybe likely to win the national title this year. That is not the discussion. The discussion is y'all got a bunch of teams up there in the Big Ten in an 18-team conference that aren't really good at football. Okay, and when you randomize the schedules and when we don't have divisions, what ultimately happens is Ohio State is playing the 8th ranked schedule in the country, and Penn State got the 62nd ranked schedule in the country. That's what happens when you have that much of a vast difference between your elites of your elites in your league and the bottom of your league. By the way, those elites, the Oregons, the Indianas, the Ohio States, are currently 48-1 versus the rest of the conference in the last 3 years of conference play. Yeah, they be dominating. And the bottom of that conference is not all that great right about now. Now, Bob Chesney might change this. My man at Michigan State might change this. Hell, maybe Northwestern gets on a heater.Maybe PJ Fleck pulls a 10-winner out of his butt. Who knows? Who knows? Okay? But as it sits right now, the bottom of that league is very, very deep. All right, and the top of that league is very, very thin. And the top of that league is very, very good. No one's ever debating that at all. In fact, they're probably going to do damn well in the playoffs yet again here in 2026. I also love the bias accusations against ESPN. Two things, two little bullet points here. One, they're the TV rights holder of 3 of the 4 leagues. So are they only biased to one of the conferences that they have massive amounts of investment in? I guess. Secondly, ESPN's FPI was the second most accurate predictive metric last year in all of college football. All the models that we have running, all the computer analytics, all the nerds and gurus out there, ESPN's FPI, which is tremendously biased towards the SEC, was the second most accurate predictive measure in all of college football a year ago.
What was the first?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No idea.
I
Now, I saw it in my mentions today. Probably shouldn't take it for face value. I meant to ask who is the first. I might go do that now.
I thought you were kind of like setting me up to do that, but
no, I don't have it. But that's the only thing I've ever made the case of is like, hey, they're like, I think we talked about it the other night. 7 teams in the SEC that we think going into this year might have a chance to go anywhere from 9-3 to 10-2, depending on whether or not they get it right. Don't think you could get to 9 out there in the Big Ten, even as a Big Ten homer. You know what I mean? So, that's the only point we got to make about the FPI, because even me talking about it right now, I'm just labeling myself an SEC hack. This is all you're going to listen to, and all you're going to hear. It's going to be like the voice on, what's that show where they pull the football? Charlie, where they pull the football up and he goes and kicks it, the cartoon show.
Charlie Brown?
Yeah, Charlie Brown. When the teacher talks
in
Charlie Brown, I go, womp, 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 womp. That's what Big Ten fans hear me talking like when I talk about ESPN's Football Power Index, because they just believe in their heart of hearts 100% bias. That's all it is, complete bias. Had to get that tangent off and just get done with it, because I'm sure we got some trickle over from the arguments over there on social media as of today. But it is our last show. It is our best show. Those were not on the notes. Those were completely off the cuff. I apologize for doing that to you, Kirby.
It's all good,
man. But it's an absolutely loaded show. We got quarterbacks that were in a straitjacket.
Yes.
We got another quarterback in the Big 12 getting absolutely cooked on social media, as is his head football coach, because of something that quarterback said. We're going to talk about tonight whether or not running backs will ever win the Heisman again and what it might take for that to happen. We've also got meat left on the bone from Tuesday's show, believe it or not.
Shock.
Via rankings. You know what I was thinking? Rankings of uniforms. You know what I was thinking? I don't know what our dynamic is differently than when Jonathan sits there. I feel like we're squeezing topics for longer segments now. And I don't know what that is. Maybe we're just coming up with more exhaustive talking points inside these topics that we have.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it's also like in that this is obviously...
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, this is not me being like, man, I'm so glad Jay Will's not here. I think when you do have the back and forth banter, that extends conversations a little bit, as opposed to you say something, then Jay Will says something, and then I say something. And it kind of just like... You don't really get the full conversation. It's just kind of talking points here and there. Let's say we miss you, Jay Will.
We miss you tremendously, Stretch. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like and subscribe, and telling a friend about this network if you haven't already, all right? And by the way, if for some reason you got ghost unsubscribed from this network, make sure you're hitting that subscription button. If you're like, damn, that polo looks all right, we're also made available in the link in the description, okay? So make sure you're heading to the merch store if you haven't checked that out. I want to start tonight's show, Kirby, by telling you that I think Kamario Taylor is the freakiest / traitsiest quarterback we have ever seen play in the wide choice system.
I saw these on Twitter. You were posting some highlights. I guess you were watching some film today.
Oh, yeah, buddy. It's kind of what I do.
Yeah. It's certainly promising. I think there's a lot of reasons to be excited if you're a fan in Starkville right now. He is a quarterback that has the talent, has the skill set that, frankly, you don't see that much come through that program. So,
and more importantly, program aside, talk about this, like the system in and of itself, right? We were having this conversation before the show. Like, Hendon Hooker is definitely the best performer in the wide choice system that we've ever had.
For sure.
Maybe close second, Dylan Gabriel down there at UCF.
Oh, I forgot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But apart from that, they've all kind of been relatively similar. I would put Joe Milton and Nico's performances inside the system relatively, I'm not going to say identical, but they felt the same to me. They weren't anything near Hendon Hooker. Blake Chafin was, no offense, Blake Chafin. He was all right.
Shaping.
What?
Shaping.
PH is a sound, no?
There's no PH in it.
Huh. Blake Chapin was all right out there. This, to me, is by far the traitsiest football player we have seen play with inside this system that is the wide choice. He's 6'4". He's 230 pounds. He runs like a deer. He can stop on a dime. And I never in my lifetime, having seen this guy throw in high school, having seen him in person at the Elite 11 when he was in high school, never would have fathomed that we created such mechanical efficiencies like we have now. He's really, really clean at throwing the football. Now, we do get a little free with it every once in a while. You'll see that on tape when we ultimately break it down. But I am really, really bullish on what it is that Kamario Taylor is going to do this year. Here is my prediction, or here is my statement. Kamario Taylor is going to make copious amounts of plays, and he's going to be really, really good. And if he's not, it's because everyone else around him failed him. Is that fair?
That's fair to say, certainly.
It's really fair to protect my own takes about what that football player is, okay? I think he's really, really good. If it fails, if it's not really, really good, it's because the offensive line's not good enough, the weaponry's not good enough. We're just not good enough, all right, around him. So, yeah, I'm extremely excited, as should Mississippi State fans be, for what is going on out there in Mississippi State. So here's the deal, Kirby. I've now burnt 9 minutes on something that are on two topics that you didn't put anything of the sorts on the show notes, so I apologize.
That's all good. We
got 50 minutes now to squeeze the rest of a loaded show sheet into. Let's start with Julian Lewis's comments out there at Big 12 Media Day, Kirby. Just to paraphrase it for the audience, we're not going to play the audio. He basically said that last year was like playing high school football. He wasn't really studying defenses, just going out there and playing. I think, or at least I hope, he was talking about his own play, not the team as a whole. I think the quote got ran as, oh my God, Deion and the Colorado Buffaloes don't even watch film or don't even evaluate what the opponents are going to do or don't educate their athletes on what they're about to see.
Right.
That is what do you call it? Malpractice. That is malpractice as a football coach, huh?
Cardinal sin.
It's cardinal sin, malpractice, whatever you have, fire him. Deion stealing from the Colorado. I saw a lot of takes like that. I think he was more talking about himself in terms of, hey, I was a first-year starter, and I was drinking through a fire hose, and I didn't really have the ability to diagnose what it is they were doing. I was just so more worried about what I had going on and trying to figure out what it is I was doing. I understand that. However, I still am a little bit concerned about that because to me, as a guy that studied Julian really, really heavily, he's right down the road down here in the state of Georgia, went to Carrollton High School, played middle school football at Pace. I mean, this was a guy that was a guy from 13 on. Like, this was a football player that I don't think I have studied or been around a player that had more high levels of development and coaching and trainers and people pouring into his quarterback development than this cat. So if Julian Lewis can't go from Carrollton High School, where he started 3 years, early enrolled, sit a year, and then get into the mix and still can't quite process what's going on, or the game is still, the schematics of the game are still way too fast for even him, then A, I misevaluated how polished we were coming out of high school, and B, maybe none of them will immediately go in and be able to figure it out. Okay, for those of you who don't know, like, Joey King is not some slapstick high school football coach. Like, he is a guy who teaches football at a really, really high level. So having been around Julian, having talked ball with Julian in high school, having known what like type of quarterback background that kid came from, the idea that he was struggling with seeing defenses, even though I know high school to college, and we skipped a year of high school too, so we're a young, even younger player than normal. Man, I thought if anything, he was going to be able to process and throw the ball accurately at a relatively high level from day one, because this isn't a physically traitsy bet, right? If you're betting on the Julian Lewis stock, even out of high school, it wasn't because he was 6'5". It wasn't because he ran a 4.4. It wasn't because he threw it a country mile long. Like, Julian Lewis is akin to Julian Sayin in the sense of, hey, he's 6'1", he's 190 pounds, he's not the best athlete in the world, but my God, is he accurate? And damn, one day he will make great decisions with the football. That scares me a little bit that we weren't able to digest the information that I thought that's what he was best at. I thought from a neck up football aspect, that guy was going to be really, really good. I was kind of shocked to hear the comments that we had. I wasn't shocked to see the comments get ran the way that they did, though. If you say something like that at SEC Media or ACC Media Days, Big 12 Media Days, Big 10 Media Days, your timeline, the timeline rather, is going to go ballistic on what it is that you said. They're going to take you verbatim. Deion doesn't study tape with his players.
Yeah, and I do think it's worth noting that Julian Lewis only started 2 games for Colorado last year, appeared in 4. So it's not like Deion and them just thrusted out their quarterback to start the entire season and said, all right, buddy, just go play football. So that's not exactly what happened. I know that, like you said, the quotes that got ran and the way that they were presented could kind of paint that picture. But no, I think the worst part about it is from a media training standpoint, and you wouldn't expect a hard lockdown style of media training to take place at Colorado. You would expect to at least talk to these kids about, like, hey, if we're going to say certain things that might get bad quotes or might give us bad publicity, let's not do that. The idea that you're presumably starting quarterback for the 2026 season is stepping in front of a microphone and going, yeah, I didn't really read defenses last year or do any of the things that really require you to play quarterback at a high level. I was kind of just going out there and playing like a high schooler. Mm-hmm. Even if it's not Colorado's fault, even if it's not, Deion Sanders explicitly just doing the go out there type thing, it's such a terrible look for your program. So you got to do damage control before these things happen. And that's what I think is the worst part for Deion Sanders in this program.
Yeah, again, processing and accuracy. That's what I thought we were going to have and always have, and everything else was going to kind of catch up. But even the physical development doesn't look all that much different. He doesn't look much different than he did the day he left high school.
No, and I mean,
but that's them. That is a Colorado point if you want to make. Like, those guys don't get bigger, they don't get stronger, they haven't gotten faster.
They do when they leave.
They do when they leave. That is a good point. But I haven't seen any photos like Legend Bay from Ohio State. Have you seen these? Have you seen the photos of Legend Bay coming out of high school and what he looks like now?
Oh, yes.
Buddy,
oh my God.
The only thing you can think of is, like, he must be on something.
Yeah.
Like, insane. But he's guaranteed he's not, because they test these kids like crazy. I'm just saying those types of results are so drastic that your mind has to go, oh, he must be on the peptides. You know what I mean? So he's not. He's on Ohio State's workout plan and workout regimen or whatever. You don't have those types of stories coming out of Colorado. So that is something you can definitely point to and say they're not good enough in that era. That department.
Even Travis Hunter, I felt like he didn't change that much from the second he was from Collins Hill to when he went to the NFL. Like, he's been pretty much a very similar body style from that to the point where now that he's in Jacksonville, like, people talk about his transformation. Like, Colorado's strength and conditioning program is not where you want to go to get developed. So just a fair warning for everyone.
I'm just smiling because for a good 72 hours, my mentions have been flooded with Ohio State fans. Who, you guys love your football program. We'll leave it at that. Let's stay in the Big 12 Media Day circuit, Kirby, with the quarterback who apparently was in a straitjacket all year last year. You got this for me?
I do. So this is obviously a Dave Aranda quote in reference to DJ Lagway, who was at Florida last year, transferred to now Baylor. Dave Aranda basically gave this quote that said, he's very driven. There's a huge chip on his shoulder. I could see that in the recruiting trip. I could see someone that just wanted to be free, like he was in a straitjacket. Maybe someone that was just all boxed in and boxed up and just wanted to be free, to express himself, to play free. And I think that he felt that freedom at Baylor. Now, I'm not too familiar with how things work in the psych ward, but from my understanding, a straitjacket is something that is administered upon you when you are at risk to hurt yourself and others. It can be a helpful thing sometimes. I don't think DJ Lagway was a case of he just needed to play free. He just needed to go out there and play football. He had 49 pass attempts against LSU and threw 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
I think he might have needed a little bit of a straitjacket at times.
Yeah, I think we might have needed to rein him in at some points was the point I had as well. I don't know if I want him playing any more free, to be honest with you. I mean, you mentioned the LSU game, but those are the ones where the defenders caught all of them. That dude hit a defender in the face mask weekly. Wake up on Saturday, DJ going to throw it to the other team. Whether or not they catch it 5 times is a whole nother discussion. And it never really got better. And look, I do understand that his 2 years at Florida were extremely, extremely tough on him. And I think that's probably what I would have went with if I were his head coach in front of microphones today. Not they put him in a straitjacket and didn't let him play ball. I would have went with something along the lines of, hey, man, it was a tough run down there for him for a lot of reasons. You know, I probably wouldn't say this as his head coach, but I'll say this as an analyst. He was constantly hurt. That's a bad luck thing, but it also might be a you thing. Like maybe we're not preparing our bodies the right way. I don't know, but we were constantly hurt. Therefore, we could not practice, and we did not play very well at all. And we ate Chipotle 3 times a day and isolated ourselves. There was a lot of mental things going on where we're struggling for the first time in our football career, our football life. We're having a tough go at it. That can be really, really difficult on a young football player. Probably what we should have said instead of saying, hey, they put him in a straitjacket. That was a little bit wild.
Yeah, like the idea that DJ Lagway is a majestic bird that needs to be free and fly and spread his wings, and Billy Napier in Florida was not doing that for him, is kind of asinine. I think it's a bad quote from Dave Aranda, but like you said, it's fine if you want to paint that the experience for Florida was not right for DJ Lagway, whether that be because of the mental things that took place, whether that be because, like you said, for the first time he struggled. I think we'll get to it a little bit later, but that program was not in a great place for a young quarterback to take it over and kind of just lead them to success. So, yes, there were a lot of contributing factors that probably led to DJ Lagway being where he is right now in his career. I don't think any of them were – he just didn't get enough opportunities. He was too wound up. He was too put in a box and contained. So
we'll argue with people in my mentions after the show. Yeah, the inability to practice, I think, was the biggest problem. Also, like, all these comments about how, like, you know, I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't leave, I didn't want to see anybody, I didn't want to go to class, I wanted to just go to Chipotle by my apartment and come home. I was going to Chipotle 2 or 3 times a day just to avoid other people. You know what it was given? It was giving me Scott Frost's comments after leaving Nebraska, where it was like, oh, man, I can't even go out to eat with my wife and kids after we get, you know, our 7th loss in a row by 1 score because we do something stupid at the end of the game. I think young people need to understand that it's not like it used to be anymore. I know social media is crazy nowadays, but when people see you and you don't play well at the quarterback position, they don't just see you didn't play well. They see, I'm paying him how much money? I'm paying him how much money, and he's not good, and we're not good. So, like, all of these things compound. I think young people need to understand this, and I'm sure they do. I'm damn sure they feel that and feel that weight of things. So I think that needs to be addressed with these young people a little bit more. It's like, hey, after the games, man, you guys are professional athletes. Stay off social media. Stay off your phone. Stay off of wherever the negative vibes are. Get the hell away from them instead of sitting there doom scrolling some of the things at Gatorman267 has to say about you on the socials.
Agreed.
Speaking of straitjackets in Gainesville, Florida, Billy Napier apparently learned his lesson.
Yeah, hindsight's an incredible thing, I would say. So I don't have the specific quotes. Do you have it for that?
Basically said he felt like he was overworked at Florida and he didn't delegate enough, and now he's going to give up play calling at JMU.
I would love to ask him, like, what was the moment where you realized, hey, I might be doing too much? Was it after you had another unsuccessful season? Was it after your team was consistently getting minuscule coaching mistakes, like putting 10 players out on special teams consistently? Was it after you got fired from Florida where you realized I'm too overwhelmed as a head coach? Like, I would love to know what the moment was, because it felt like since I've had a microphone in front of my face on this show, we've been talking about how Billy Napier has put way too much on his plate, especially for coaches in the SEC. It is at the detriment of the Florida football program, and it ultimately led to him losing his job. So I would love to know, like, it's great that you've had this awakening now, and that now you're at JMU, you can kind of be a more focused head coach and not have so many things that you can delegate. But where was this recognition 2 years ago, man?
Yeah, I would say we're about 3 years late, my boy. That's what I would say. Because you're right. I mean, we were shouting from the mountaintops. Now, our platform wasn't all that large, but I know he saw it, because every time I had to say something about it or tweeted about it, I'd get unfollowed and then refollowed about 3 months later when I was tweeting about recruits by a certain Florida head football coach. I've never had a head football coach follow me or unfollow me as many as that guy did when he was at Florida.
Huh.
Because I don't know about you, but I take an inventory of guys who follow me just so I know.
I
don't do it every day. But yeah, I mean, it was a whole hell of a lot easier when blue checks meant something. I'll tell you that much. You just see one pop in the follow list. You're like, oh, he must be important. Now everybody's got one, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. But yeah, man, like I think these comments they're great. Like at least we learned. I think we just learned too late. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, I have said it before on this channel, and I'll say it again. If he doesn't win at JMU at a high enough rate to get another job at this level, he probably won't ever get another job at this level. That is a place that constantly spits out the next Power 4 head football coach.
Yeah.
Right? I think the last 3 head football coaches there have gotten Power 4 jobs within 3 years of taking the JMU job. So that needs to happen for him, and maybe he does it again. I just don't know. I don't know how this comment about I was overworked at a big school like that, or I was overwhelmed, essentially, is what it sounded like. That's not going to play very well the next time you go to an interview for one of these jobs.
Well, I think you
can spin it. I learned a lot, and I changed my approach, and yada, yada, yada.
Well, I think you can, like, it was very obvious he was overworked. I think from the standpoint of, hey, head coaches probably don't need to be calling plays at the same level. Like, Lane Kiffin, I think, is the only guy who does that. And even us talking and talking with some sources, they revealed that it probably wasn't all Lane Kiffin calling plays the entire time last season or throughout his career. So, yeah, there are some certain areas where you can mitigate the overhead that you have to where you're not as overwhelmed. But you're right. It is a bad look to say I was overwhelmed at the big school. I don't think the big school was what overwhelmed him. I think it was the fact that he tried to control every single thing, which you cannot do.
And I still think Sark should give up play calling, but Sark doesn't believe that anyone can do what he does as good as he does. And I agree. I 100% agree that Steve Sarkisian is one of the best offensive coordinators in all of college football, maybe in football in general. The problem is he's not an offensive coordinator anymore. He's a head football coach. And that changes the things that we have to do. I think and look, it'll never be on my plate, but I think the best head coaches, they get there because they were a great coordinator. We know this, except for Shane Beamer. We know this, okay? Your job once you get there is to quality control the thing that you were great at and then make sure everything else is really, really good. I think that's your job because especially nowadays, I mean, yes, some of these guys can delegate with a general manager, so they're not having to negotiate with agents and things like that, and I'm all for that, but like you still have to be the face of the booster club meetings when you go. You still have to be the face of all your coach. Like you have to do things as a head football coach that you don't have to do as an offensive coordinator. Therefore, your time to be a really, really good offensive coordinator has now diminished drastically. I mean, the stats are the stats about play callers being like national championship winners. We just don't have them. They don't really exist. I can't name one.
Sig didn't call us in place.
No.
Yeah.
Shanahan calls plays out there.
I think the closest you could get was Gus Malzahn in 2013, but he didn't win it. Yeah, off the top of my head, I can't think of any examples where the head coach was calling plays and they won a national title.
I mean, being one of one would be cool. Being one of one would be cool. And he's damn sure got the roster to do it out there at Texas. You want to rank some uniforms?
Let's do this, man.
We've been burying this for a couple of days now. Let's get after this. All right. So I don't have a dog in this fight. And in fact, I was thinking about this today, and I'm not making this your segment. I'm not going to force you to do this by yourself, Kirby. But I don't think I have any strong opinions about uniforms as a whole, apart from alternate uniforms, which we're not ranking today. You're making me rank just standard unis.
Baseline, yeah. There's
baseline unis.
There's too many alternate uniforms nowadays. You know.
You think this would be too difficult to give a top 10 of alternates, like the TCU blood orange? Like Horned Frog would be like somewhere in the top 5.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's
just
also
too many of those. Like I love FSU's all black unis.
Yeah, they're great, but I think it's also like you take the range that you could pull from and you're multiplying it by 4, 5, 6 to where it's like, man, there's just too many to even list there. So I think doing home and away uniforms normally, safe bet.
And not to spoil everything, but like this is gonna make this really, really hard because before the show, you told me that you don't have a high ranking on Oregon. Whereas I think Oregon's uniforms, whatever uniform they wear, is sick as hell every time it rolls out. There's not a bad-looking Oregon uniform.
No, that's true. I think my biggest issue with Oregon is just that there's no what is the Oregon uniform?
It's a great point.
And that's
but
my
it's
issue.
the Oregon uniform. It's the Nike check. If they got it and they're wearing some type of green, that shit's sick.
They have great uniforms.
Even the road uniforms where they go white with the silver helmet, sick.
They're all very well done.
Never once seen a bad looking Oregon uniform.
This is true.
So Oregon to me is my nominee for number 1. Who is your nominee for number 1?
This is the one where I feel very passionate about UNC.
Okay.
The colorways,
Yeah.
the complexity yet simplicity of it. They're not doing too much with the details of it. The checker flag for the center.
By the
UNC
way,
has the best uniform.
I need you to. I know it's just me and you in here today, and we're trying to carry conversation and not listen to one another when we do this. But I need you to make sure chat's helping us out as well. Chat, I need you guys' help here. I want you strongly voicing your opinions about these unis because I know y'all care. Okay.
Yeah, there's already some fans that are upset that they've been omitted, which we'll get to that because I think we know
who's already. Bama.
Bama, Penn State
pissed off. Penn State pissed off. Yeah, I mean it's just very, very cut and dry with both of them. It's just very plain. We could just talk about it now.
Let's get this out of the way. The Alabama and Penn State uniforms are iconic because of the teams that were played in them. There is nothing visually appealing about those jerseys. They are block letters on 2 color schemes, very normal color schemes with no logos on them, no designs on them, no nothing. If Alabama and Penn State were non-existent and you saw 2 high school teams walk out in the field with those, you would look and go, man, those uniforms are kind of bland and kind of ugly. That is not to say anything about the program that they play for. That is not to say anything about the history of them. There is nothing exciting about those uniforms objectively. Ignore all the teams that they're connected to. The uniforms themselves, not good. I think that'll give a solid reason for it.
Does that apply to anybody else on this list? Like, to be honest with you, I love Notre Dame's uniforms, but they're uber plain.
Here's why.
It's the Golden Dome. That's what it is.
And here's why. I was on this boat until we saw the Sugar Bowl. And being on the field and seeing the chrome domes, there's something special about them. I don't think I don't know if they'll make my top 10. They're at least worth noting in that.
Oh my God, they have to be inside the top 10. People will riot.
Okay, we'll see.
This list will not have credibility if Notre Dame is not somewhere entrenched inside the top 10. All right, you said UNC. I put Oregon. I do think Ohio State looks clean.
Ohio State's very
always good. In everything that they rock, they look really, really clean.
Also, can we stop giving Ohio State crap for the Buckeyes on the helmet? Like
who does that?
There's a lot of people that are like, oh, their helmets are only cool because they put stickers on them. It's like it's one of the cool college football traditions you get. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I wish more teams would do something like that.
I miss the dog bones, dude.
Laurinaitis has to have the most Buckeye stickers in the history of Ohio State helmets, no?
I don't know.
That sucker was covered.
Yeah.
By the time he was done. I mean, it was the whole thing.
Most of them are all covered by the time they're done. So it's like, But
I feel like the quarterbacks don't get super covered up.
I remember Braxton Miller's entire helmet.
But there's a lot of leadership in Braxton Miller. That's
fair.
All right, let's actually settle down on one. Does chat have one that they're absolutely like vying for?
It's
right here for one.
It's basically
everyone arguing for their own team.
Yeah, my team has the best uniform.
It's about what it is.
You should be doing.
Yeah, it's about what it is.
I'm gonna stand firm and say UNC at 1 for me.
I don't hate it. We'll go UNC 1. All right, and then Notre Dame here at number. Oh no! Who did I gave you?
You
Oregon.
wanted Oregon.
Sorry. Yeah, I want Oregon. Sorry. Now I do want to argue for Notre Dame here at 3. Because of them Golden Domes. And again, if you've never seen them in person, it's a whole totally different vibe, man.
Yeah.
Them things pop.
It genuinely looks like gold.
Because it is.
It's not actual gold, but
I'm pretty sure they flake it with 24 karat gold. The paint is not gold. The flakes are true gold. Look this up. I'm almost 100% positive they have true golden flakes in their helmets. I will wait for a response.
All right, let's see. Notre Dame's traditional helmets are painted with a metallic gold finish, not yellow paint. Hand painted. I don't see anything that says actual the metal gold in them.
I had been told they actually get flaked up with like real gold.
I'm sure that's
that damn shiny then.
I'm sure that's just you can polish it. And,
okay.
I mean, they get hand painted everywhere.
Who's your suggestion here for 3?
I do love Florida State's uniforms. I think the spear on the side, I think the garnet and gold, the color scheme is very well done. I think it's a unique look. I like Florida State. I would say Florida State for my 3. However, I'm not dying on the Florida State hill.
A lot of people love Michigan's helmet. I'm going to go ahead and let Michigan fans know that I'm not like a huge Wolverine helmet guy.
I like it.
I think it's very unique, though.
It's unique, and I think
it's so one-on-one.
It's tastefully done. I think it looks cool. I mean, I might have a bit of a bias too because that's what the helmets my high school had, but it looks good. I don't think it's anything where like, oh my god, this is so sick. It's so cool. So,
and I'm not a proponent of that bright yellow.
The maize can be a little bit.
Yeah, it's so.
It's a little too bright. I agree.
Yeah. That's also why Tennessee is not on this list because that orange is.
Oh, and by the way, this is Power 4 teams only.
Yeah.
So we're like Delaware.
No Wyomings, no Delawares, no. Who else got sick? Oh, ECU. ECU's got sick unis. None of those got shorter. Shorter's got a brand new
Coastal Carolina,
sick uni.
like Tulane, like that. Like we got to narrow it down.
I like Boise's scheme too. Like Boise's got good unis. They're all out. All right, so we got to make some decisions here on 3 and 4. I think Texas deserves a shout somewhere in this mix. Their white on white looks so crisp.
They do have some of the best white jerseys. I think it's because the burnt orange is the best accent color that you can like. A good orange when it's not overdone.
Tremendous accent color. Don't like it as a primary, which is why I think it's going to drop down here.
I would agree with that.
For me. All right, my nominee is Ohio State.
Okay.
Your nominee is Florida State?
Yeah. I'm not mad at Ohio State at 3.
Okay.
I think Ohio State has fantastic uniforms. I think that they're always tastefully done.
By the way, don't have a bad uniform in their whole catalog, I don't think. Whereas I didn't like the white helmets from Florida State last year. I like the
They weren't their best. The traditional,
I didn't like that.
So, yeah.
Now, maybe the tragic loss to Virginia removes them from ever wearing those again. I don't know. I think it was a one-off last year, so I don't know. I will concede Florida State here at number 4 for you. All right, who's your nominee, Kirby, for number 5?
We're getting into like TCU UCLA territory for me.
See, UCLA, not just you. UCLA was mentioned a lot in my Twitter mentions.
I think.
What is it? Y'all like that gold and that blue?
I think
y'all like?
I think the gold and blue is very appealing. I think their number set stylage is also very well. I think UCLA gets a bad rep because they suck. Like if UCLA was doing what an Alabama did or anything like that, they'd be one of the better jerseys in college football. I think because when you see UCLA, you associate it with that's a bad football team.
I'm going to put up Notre Dame here for a nominee.
That's fair. I think Notre Dame at 5 is a solid spot.
All right, let's put Notre Dame in the Golden Domes. I mean, how iconic of a helmet to go in here at number 5. And then who was your mention? You said a bunch of teams in here for your
UCLA or TCU. You could also start looking at teams like Michigan, Georgia.
Maybe we put the helmets together. What do you think about that?
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either.
I think this is also a list that so depends on just your personal preferences.
Well, for sure.
So this might be our most rage bait inducing list we've ever had.
Oh no. I'm sure we can cook up something.
Maybe
that's a little more rage baity.
All right. I don't want to come across as biased here with this, but
come on, dog fan.
Georgia has some fantastic uniforms. The red pops, the blocks lettering's very good. The G on the side of the helmet is iconic.
Pops like Rennie Curran
on a tackle. I would say they don't have to be 7. I think Georgia deserves a spot inside the top 10 here.
Okay. All right, let's start marking teams off. We've already got Notre Dame, Ohio State, Florida State. UNC coming in at 1 is going to piss some people off. That LSU helmet is sick. I'm not going to lie.
LSU also deserves a spot in the top 10.
Yeah. All right, so has to be in. We think has to be in.
Yep.
Already picked. I love Miami's color waves, but I did hear some people say that any Adidas school automatically has to be eliminated.
Well, not only that, but here's the thing as well. Like, we penalized Texas for their all-orange primary color scheme. Miami's orange is not great. Now, I know that they wear green a good bit, and that's fine as well, but the orange home uniforms for Miami, I do not like.
All right, Kirby, we've got 4 spots left, and we think UCLA should be in here, we think Georgia should be in here, and we think LSU should be in here. Okay, so let's rank those. You know what? I'll concede UCLA here. You mentioned them way earlier than they're actually getting ranked. So let's put them in at number 7. What say you?
That's fine.
By the way, do you think my penmanship's improved, Chad?
It's looking good today.
I think it has. I think my penmanship has improved. All right, so UCLA is off the board here now. All right, so UGA or LSU. Red and black over purple and gold.
I would
yellow.
say
It's not even gold. It's like yellow.
I would say so. I think
say so
LSU
too.
has a better helmet than Georgia. I think LSU is one of the more iconic helmets in football. I think that the color scheme is just more appealing for Georgia.
I think we would be remiss to not put TCU in this list. If TCU's got anything going for them, it's jerseys. It's unis.
I think it's worth. So we haven't even touched on Florida yet.
We haven't touched on USC either. We haven't even talked about
What are your thoughts on USC? Because I don't love USC's uniforms.
Yeah, the consistent theme here, don't love the yellow.
It's not. It's the maroon for me.
Yeah, really.
I think maroon is a fine color. I don't ever look at
The
maroon.
combination of maroon and yellow, though.
It's not great. It's not fantastic. It's never been like super visually pleasing for me. Miami, I don't think gets in here because they use too much orange.
And
Ole Miss has fantastic alternate
Oh,
uniforms.
my God. You don't like the traditional navies?
They're all right.
I mean, blue and reds is just a good color scheme, though.
It is. It is a good
Red,
color.
white, and blue?
Hey, can't go against
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
I don't think it's top 10, though. I think Florida's
sneaky.
Here's the thing, though.
Florida's sneaky good.
Florida's helmet, I think, does a lot for their uniforms.
The gator script?
Yeah, that's super unique, super iconic. I don't think the uniforms themselves are as great. I'm leaning putting TCU on this list.
I'm leaning going TCU here. What's chat saying? Chat got any comments other than their own teams?
Chat's made some good suggestions. I think Arizona State deserves a shout out here.
Yeah.
They have some pretty good uniforms. The maroon and yellow is also it's still, I don't love it. Minnesota is another one of these schools that fall victim to it, where they have like cool designs, but I think the color scheme is just, it's not for me, man.
How have we not canceled the devil with a pitchfork? That's all I'm going to say.
Well, they did. Like, it's not the.
It's not a pitchfork anymore?
Well, it's the pitchfork, but it's not the logo that
Oh,
they
yeah,
use.
you're right. It's not the devil with the horns jumping around. So, all right, chat, let us know how we did on that. All right, give us some feedback there.
That's going to rile up some people in the comments,
there ain't no
I'm
doubt.
sure.
Do you want to go your top 5, or do you want to talk about this Heisman combo that
Let's talk about some Heismans, because I think
right,
like this is the part of the year where we really start talking about who's serious for winning the Heisman, who's got a chance to win it, who's someone that's a sleeper pick. And you go down the list, and it's all quarterbacks and a couple of wide receivers. Malachi Toney's on there. Jeremiah Smith's on there. And then at the bottom, you talk about running backs. And it made me realize it's been over a decade since a running back has taken home the trophy. So I'm wondering now, in this modern age of college football where quarterbacks reign supreme, what does it take for a Heisman winner to be a running back?
You want to know what it did take?
I was going to say, I have the last 3 Heisman winners.
I have the last 5.
Oh, okay. Let's hear that.
By the way, Derrick Henry had the best running back season in the history of Power 4 running backs. Maybe Barry Sanders, if you want to go all the way back to the 80s in Oklahoma State. But my God, son. Oh my Lord. 395 carries, 2,219 yards, and 28 touchdowns for the big machine. I mean, holy hell. And you're going to say, oh, well, he's just a workhorse. Bubba, he averaged 5.5 yards a carry for the entire year. That's what it's going to have to take. It's going to have to take somebody getting 44 carries, rolling for 275 in the SEC Championship, Big Ten Championship, Conference Championship weekend, and then being in New York and winning the Heisman. I think that's what it's ultimately going to take. These ideas of like, oh, I had 1,700 total yards. It just ain't going to roll. Now, I know it did for Mark Ingram, which, no offense to Mark, he does a good job. I still hold that Mark Ingram's Heisman is the most unimpressive Heisman season that there is. Mark Ingram ran for 1,600 yards and 17 total touchdowns on 271 carries. He was almost 600 yards short of what his cohort did in the form of Derrick Henry.
Well, I think it's also worth noting that you can't compare Heismans by season. You compare it to who the rest of the people are that season.
That was going to be my next point, is like, it's not only going to take astronomical performances from a running back, but it's going to require bad quarterback play around the sport.
Yeah.
Just not bad, but mediocre.
And let's be fair, the last 2 years, there has not been Heisman-worthy quarterback play. Like, Travis Hunter and Ashton Genty were your finalists 2 years ago because quarterback play was so mediocre. Fernando Mendoza, great quarterback. Hope he turns things around at the Raiders. Never threw for more than 300 yards a game. Statistically was not what won him the Heisman. It was the fact that he's the best player on the best team in the country and was so obvious. And he shined in big moments. The Ohio State win was good. The Penn State drive was good. Here's what I think. Looking at the last 3 Heisman winners, because I think something that gets forgotten when you look at running backs is everyone looks at rushing yards. Yeah, Derrick Henry had some incredible totals. It's total yards, I think, that also makes a difference. Because, yeah, Mark Henry only had 1,600 rushing yards. 1,600 rushing yards, still impressive. He had 1,900 total yards, almost 2,000 total yards with 20 total touchdowns, which is actually more than Reggie Bush had in his 2005 Heisman season. Mm-hmm. So here's what it's going to take. These are must-haves, non-negotiables if you are a running back and you want to win the Heisman. You have to have at least 1,500 rushing yards. There is no minimum there. I think you need more than that. 1,500 is the minimum. Anywhere near 2,000 total yards. You got to have somewhere around there. If you're going to run for 1,500 yards, you got to have 490 in the passing game. You have to be a dual threat running back. You have to have at least 20 total touchdowns or undeniable tape. Reggie Bush didn't have 20 total touchdowns in his 2005 season, but he was a highlight machine. It seemed like every time he touched the football, there was a likelihood that he would score a touchdown, even though he only had 18 total touchdowns. That was the thing that surprised me most, is like Reggie Bush, his 2005 season's kind of built up as something incredible. Derrick Henry had 10 more total touchdowns on the ground alone. Here's the third thing, or the fourth and most important thing that is required is the same with all 3 of these Heisman winners. You have to be playing for a top 5 program that has national title contentions. Because you look at Ashton Genty, he checked all these boxes. He had over 1,500 rushing yards. He had over 2,000 total yards. He had 20 total touchdowns. He was not playing for a top 5 team competing for a national championship. Yes, Boise State was in the college football playoff. Yes, Boise State earned a 4th seed. Boise State's highest ranking by the committee, just the true rankings, was 10th. They were never anywhere near competing for a true national title in the BCS or the college football playoff era that had 4 teams. That's what it requires. So again, 1,500 rushing yards, 2,000 total yards, 20 total touchdowns, or undeniable highlight tape, and you got to be playing for a national title contender. A true national title contender, not they're the 8th seed in the college football playoff. So that's what it's going to take for
quarterback play has to continue to be not 5,000 total yards.
Yeah, you got to have a non-transcendent quarterback.
Because there for a while, that's what it was.
Yeah.
For a while, if you won the Heisman as a quarterback, you had 5,000 total yards and almost 50 total touchdowns.
Yeah.
It was bonkers. Now, I do think pace of play has drastically slowed down with helmet comms. I think that's part of the reason why.
Yeah, and the clock rule is also.
Yeah, that too. But, I mean, they have the stats on that now. That's really only taken like 4 snaps per side of the ball out of the game. I think that was the last stat I heard about that.
Yeah.
They've ran up the total possession numbers and all that good stuff. It's not impacting total opportunities as much as people think with the new timing rules. What has changed is pace of play. I mean, even the teams like the Lane Kiffins of the world, they used to take all kinds of snaps that they possibly could. They don't anymore. They have helmet comms. Indiana won the national title last year attempting to run basically like 50 offensive plays a game. So, yeah, the only systems left that are just out here trying to take 1 million snaps a game are wide choice offenses. That's it. Everybody else is slowing down.
Yeah, because I mean,
that's the main.
Because the wide choice is predicated off of getting you off your position and being able to hit you with an explosive.
And there's only like 6 play calls.
Yeah,
it's 4 verts and option routes on the outside and inside zone and dart.
A couple of slants.
That's about it. So yeah, their decision-making process, whereas like we might check with me at the line of scrimmage, wide choices check with me after the ball is snapped.
Yeah.
Hey, they got hard bail. Now I'm running a comeback instead of running the vert.
Right. So now that we've established what it's going to take to win a Heisman this year as a running back, let's just go down the list of some of these guys that, whether or not they'll check the boxes. Kejuan Lacey at Ole Miss is kind of the best running back in the country, people say. I don't know if Kejuan Lacey is going to get 1,500 rushing yards this year. That's a lot. I really don't know if he's going to get 2,000. Let's just say he does, though. Is Ole Miss going to be a top 5 team competing for a national championship this year? And by the way, if that's the case, if they're doing that, it's probably because Trinidad Chambliss is playing dynamic football. So I don't think Kewan Lacey is a guy to do that. Ahmad Hardy is currently dealing with an injury that
we don't even know if he's going to play this.
I would pray that he comes back, and I pray that he does. And I even said a few weeks ago that he is the ultimate sleeper pick, because if he does come back from a gunshot wound and turn in a good season, he should win the Heisman. But they're not going to be a top 5 contender. They're not going to be a nationally watched team where it's like, hey, look at the top 3 Missouri Tigers. You think of who are some other guys here?
Not a big Austin Simmons guy.
Not exactly.
The kid is it Bo Jackson? The kid up at
Ohio State.
Ohio State, he's damn good.
He's very good. Bo Jackson could.
I mean, if anyone's winning it, if you had to bet today, if anyone's winning a Heisman at Ohio State this year, it's Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, I think Bo Jackson's third on that list from Jeremiah Smith, Julian saying. And again, it requires non-dynamic play elsewhere. Like, it has to be, frankly, a down year for their team. So I don't think there's anyone in college football right now. Like, even last year with Jeremiah Love. Yeah, Jeremiah Love was great, but I don't think Jeremiah Love was going to get the workload that required to get the yardage and Notre Dame competing for a national title.
I'm trying to think. There's got to be some great backs we're missing. The Cam Cooks kid at West Virginia is going to ball this year because they're going to run the piss out of the rock, but they're going to be 7-5 at best.
Jaden Ball, you're not going to win enough games. You're not going to be as what?
If Florida pulls a 9-3 and Jaden Ball rushes for 2,100 yards, he's going to be in New York.
He'll be in New York. He won't win it.
You don't think so?
No.
If he goes, that's like averaging 160 yards a game. If he does that, he should win the Heisman. But it would require that and to go 9-3, which is asking a lot, you know. So I'm with you. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think that there's a running back this year that has all the cards in their favor to win the Heisman. So it'd be a surprise if it took place.
All righty. You haven't done this in a while.
It's been a while, man.
You want to do it? Let's get it. Kirby's top 5. What do you got for me, Kirby? I'm going to read through my mentions and see if any Big Ten fans have threatened to kill me yet.
Oh, I'm sure they have. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Let me get the board out. Brooks, there's a big event taking place this week. A big event taking place this weekend in the UFC. Conor McGregor is UFC. Making his return.
Wait, is this Saturday?
This is Saturday.
Oh, my God. I got something to do.
Yeah. Conor McGregor will
Mark Fletcher could do it. But
Mark Fletcher,
Darian Mensah, Malachi Tony, like there's
Mark
a
Fletcher
lot of
is honestly probably your best chance at that.
Because they're going to be up big on a lot of teams too.
Well, he also is an explosive runner. You could get 2,000 total yards out of Mark Fletcher. They're going to be top 5, you would assume. Like, they have a very good chance to do so. 20 total. Like, Mark Fletcher is probably the best chance to win a Heisman this year. All right. With that said, yes, Kirby's top 5 is returning. So is Conor McGregor to the UFC. Conor McGregor, an athlete that, say what you want about him, I think we can all agree that he is someone who has the word, as kids like to call it, aura. So this got me thinking, and this is what has led to me creating my top 5 for this week. Top 5 athletes with the most aura.
Oh.
Now, there's a lot of athletes that I had up for this list. I think that at one point I was up to like 13 names.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I am really glad that this term aura has obviously replaced swag.
Yeah, swag was a little...
Do you know where swag originates from?
Yeah, like stuff we all get.
Stuff we all get.
Yeah, like free stuff.
And then it transformed into, he's got swag. Oh, he's got swag. He's got stuff that we all got? That doesn't make any sense. Aura makes sense. He's got a mystical, like, surrounding around. He's got a vibe. He's got an aura to him. Hell yeah.
All these names, all these athletes, I believe, fit on this list. Starting off with number 5, we have Tiger Woods. Peak Tiger Woods, dude. Red shirts. I mean, I was not a fan of golf. I was not consciously watching golf at the time at the height of Tiger Woods' peak. But my goodness, you mentioned the name Tiger Woods. Everyone knows who he is. Perhaps the most aura-filled golfer of all time. Makes sense. He absolutely deserves to be on this list. Number 4, we have Conor McGregor. say what you want. You probably don't have a UFC that you have today if it's not for the efforts of Conor McGregor and the certain things that he was able to do inside that octagon. He is someone who is completely entertaining to watch. Tons of fun. Conor McGregor is at number 4. Number 3, we have Mike Tyson. Dude, Mike Tyson is an athlete I wish that I got to watch throughout his prime. Growing up and watching all of his fights, all of his press conferences, my God, dude. Have you ever just taken time to watch some Mike Tyson press conferences?
I might YouTube wormhole that tonight. I've been doing – my YouTube wormhole is off the rails right now, going on walks and runs. So I've been meaning to tell you, don't pull up YouTube over there on the big screen at any point moving forward because I'm going to get labeled all kinds of different things.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, no, we can talk about it after the show. There's a lot going on in the world right now. I'm trying to stay up to date, and I don't feel like you can do that via normal television anymore, unfortunately. Mike
Tyson might not have the most aura on this list. Without a doubt, the scariest human being in a fighting realm. Like, the things that man was saying, the way that man looked is just terrifying. So Mike Tyson absolutely
should be noted, you're 3 for 3 with not so great people. Chat's cooking you for that one. I mean, a serial womanizer, somebody who I think put hands on a woman, potentially, allegedly. I don't know. I didn't read up on it too much. And someone who definitely put hands on a woman.
Look.
So,
look.
0 for 3 right now.
They look.
Hopefully, we got some good people coming up.
They have troubled past. There is no denying that. I think that this is not top 5 athletes who are good people list. I think it is worth noting that, yes, there are some.
I think there's an obvious lock for 1, 2. But that's me. Go ahead.
Okay. Number 2, we have Michael Jordan.
That was my lock for 1.
Here's why. And Michael Jordan transcends basketball, and I wanted to put him at 1, and I think I'm like, you could convince me he deserves 1. I'll give you the reason why number 1 is not on the – number 1 is where they are.
Chat's saying you're snubbing O.J. Simpson right about now.
The juice had aura.
What?
What?
Not allowed to be said.
Now, unfortunately –
not allowed to be said. No. Go ahead.
The Naked Gun movies, very funny. Very enjoyable.
Hey, that Hurts commercial.
Yeah.
Kind of ideal.
Now,
kind of legendary.
Some of the other things O.J. Simpson did, or, allegedly he was acquitted, whatever it was, I don't approve of that. Before we get to number 1, we have to get to our honorable mentions. First honorable mention is Tom Brady. I think it's worth saying that you have to put the GOAT, the most undisputed GOAT at any of these sports. You can argue LeBron James is the GOAT or Kobe Bryant is the GOAT. You can argue who the GOAT of college football is. You can argue who the GOAT of baseball is. There is no denying that Tom Brady is the GOAT of the NFL, and I think that is worth something. The comeback of Tom Brady, the aura that he still kind of has, absolutely worth noting. I don't think it's enough to get him on the top 5. Tom Brady.
Was he the first guy to take a sledgehammer to his chin?
I don't know if he
or was that just plastic surgery?
He's definitely had some work done. I don't know.
Maybe
exactly.
He was a big jawsizer guy.
Maybe. I
chew a lot of gum?
Perhaps. I don't too much keep up with the cosmetic surgeries that these athletes do. I just care more about how they look on the field and how they play. Honorable mention number 2, Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, dude. No one rocked the hat backwards.
The backwards. He was the only guy that I would actively look up baseball highlights. I've been on record saying I don't love baseball. It's not the most exciting sport to me. Ken Griffey Jr. home run derby highlights, so much fun to watch. So absolutely deserves a shout out there. Honorable mention number 2 before we get to number 1, Johnny Manziel. Money Manziel. There's a lot of college football athletes that I think you could have gone with here, but I think the epitome of what everyone hopes that their college experience would be like, where you go to a school, you become a legend there, you win a Heisman, you are partying with rappers all the time, you have the stadium.
I mentioned in a Drake song before you even were a professional athlete.
Exactly. I had not mentioned a Drake song made about you.
Uh-huh.
I think at that point, Johnny Manziel is the most aura-filled college football player. Number 1 is someone who I had to think hard about this, and I really debated between putting him and Michael Jordan. What ultimately landed me on that is that you don't have to care about this sport at all. You don't have to know anything about the history of this person's career. You don't have to know anything about frankly, what they did outside of their sport. However, this name, the last name alone, rings some sort of bell to anyone who knows anything about American pop culture. It is Muhammad Ali.
Huh. I'm not disagreeing with the one. Okay, Muhammad Ali is definitely up here. Cassius Clay, whatever you want to have you. No Dale Earnhardt is a shame.
Yeah,
Dale Earnhardt it makes that list very, very questionable.
Look, I did not and do not watch a ton of NASCAR. Dale Earnhardt.
Honestly, you were teeing it up as if that was the name. Like, I don't think you have to have known anything about NASCAR to know that Dale Earnhardt was the man.
Here's the thing, though. If you put 15 people in a line and one of them was Dale Earnhardt, I don't know if I could pick them out of a bunch.
You could mustachioed man, would not be able to pick out Dale Earnhardt.
I don't know if the casual American could pick them out of a bunch. Anyone can look and go, that's Muhammad Ali.
That's fair.
And I think that's where he gets the nod there. Dale Earnhardt absolutely.
I think, and I love Ken Griffey, but
that's that's fair.
And I love Johnny Manziel, but I think now Johnny didn't do enough at all in the league to be this.
No, yeah, I mean he's definitely
in that discussion.
Definitely
of,
a flame out.
Line them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This was a hard list because, like you said, there are so many names. There was at one point I was trying to narrow it down. I had 15 names on here of LeBron James is someone. Like, people make jokes about LeBron James on Twitter all the time of where are we going next, Bron? So
I have two more for you. My man, the outfielder that played for the Yankees that always spoke in third person, Jackson. What's his first name?
I don't remember. It's not Reggie, is it?
Reggie Jackson had a ton of aura, but a lot of it was, I think, wore thin because of the third person. But Deion Sanders has to be on this list too.
Deion
Sanders was the originator of drip.
Yes, Deion, dual sport athlete, incredible. Deion Sanders certainly deserves a shout here. Honestly, this probably should have been a top 10 with 2 or 3 honorable mentions because there are so many players that deserve shout. Kobe Bryant is another one of these guys where it's very hard to leave them off the list. Deion Sanders is one of them. I considered he was on the original, but just you think I don't know. It was a tough list to make. I am willing to receive criticisms on this one more than anything. It is not a hill I'm dying on for any of those. So,
man, this is where baseball fell off, and it's Mike Trout's fault. They don't have personalities anymore. Acuna is.
Yeah,
but he's not. Is he a top 5 baseball player in the sport right now?
When he's healthy, I think you could make the argument.
Yeah, but their best players are very, very dry nowadays, or from another country.
Yeah,
that's what I was. Speak English.
I was going to say that. I didn't
need
want
an interpreter.
Yeah, I was
may or may not
be
in jail.
Yeah,
prison.
I don't know where he's at. I know where we're at, though.
Shohei better give him some cash. Let's go to the local hour.
Welcome into Talk the Dog, the show where we find a bone to pick and a take to give. These are not hot takes. These is dog takes. Can I talk that dog?
What's up? You like that? You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back for another hour. Last hour, best hour here on the Film Guy Network. We finna talk that dog. Had somebody reach out yesterday and was like, I can't figure you out, man. Are you trying to be a national guy or are you still a Georgia guy? What is going on? And I don't know if this needs to be explained, but it needs to be explained because we got some guys carrying over and gals carrying over from the national hour to the local hour. I didn't have the opportunity. We didn't have the opportunity to just try to do national college football conversations when we first got into this business. I started covering college football in 2019 with my only opportunities to cover the University of Georgia. And I got really good at doing that. And I'm still really good at doing that. And those people, the Georgia fan base, built this place. They are the OGs of OGs. They are the people who show up first. They are the people who were here first. They are the people who will never leave this place. So we feel it is very, very important that we maintain that. We always show up for the Georgia football fan base because they created this place. So we will always, always, always talk dog on this network. Despite the fact that I believe last time I checked, we're the third largest YouTube college football show on the planet in terms of subscribers. So thank you guys, all of you guys, every college football fan outside of the Georgia space. But this place was originated covering the University of Georgia, and we will always do that. Now, the other thing that we do is 3 hours of national college football content during the off season. All right, during the regular season, we do almost 7 of live streaming content about all of college football. I'm pretty sure that's as much, if not more, than anybody else in the sport. The reason we do that is because we like working, first of all. We really, really like working. We love what we do. So the idea of just doing twice as much work is not daunting to us. We don't care. We enjoy it. So that's why we do that. But this place is very, very special to especially these guys. They graduated from that university. But it's special to me because I don't know what I would be doing. I would probably still be writing for a website nobody's heard of covering the NFL draft, working construction, if it weren't for covering the University of Georgia. And for anybody who is trying to get into the space or trying to do what we do for a living, I will tell you right now, the worst thing you can do is try to compete nationally off rip. You won't do it. You'll get swallowed by everybody else that's already doing it at a really, really high rate. You better figure out a niche, figure out a market, dominate that sucker, build a base, and then maybe try to make a leap and try to make a national play for things, but not without sacrificing what it is that you have. Ryan Russillo gave me the best advice I'd ever gotten in my career. He said, hey, too many people build an entire tree that is a platform off of one thing, all right? And then they think, oh, well, I'll just go try to do something else. And then they leave the nest in the tree that they've built and they jump onto this other branch and then they fail and then they come back and they don't have anything else that they built that is sustainable. So when we attempted to do this thing nationally, we didn't just drop the things that made us. We just figured, okay, we'll keep the things that made us and try really, really hard to be great at this national thing too. And yes, it is a very, very tough little balancing act for most listeners because they're like, wait a minute, why should I listen to this guy's takes about Ohio State or Indiana when he is very clearly based and very clearly started in this SEC culture and this Georgia culture? That's why we bring you the film. And I know it's the off season and all we've got is these hot takes and these 2 hours to fill off of, Julian Lewis saying that he wasn't watching defenses. Yeah, but watch us break down ball. That's what we do best, and we will do that better and more diligently than 99.9% of people on the internet. So we appreciate you guys for those questions and comments and sometimes concerns. I get concerns from people about that, but it's a very, very tough thing we're trying to do, and I think we're doing it really, really well. All right. Make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you're telling a friend. All that good stuff. We got some news. Jamarly Riddle's charges were dropped. That's good. I don't have much on this, but I will say this. Based on what I read, seems like a pretty favorable judge down there, and we can leave it at that. Nussmeier ruled ineligible, confirmed ineligible out there in Texas. This was already, kind of assumed he wasn't going to be able to play. Yeah. But I think he tried to put up an appeal, and that got slapped down.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of ways you can take that news. Of one, it's like, man, that kind of sucks that you're going to be missing a year of playing football and developing. It's going to be even longer now that whenever you do take in-game reps that you've actually been playing with live bullets. Garrett Nussmeier is not going to start for Georgia in 2026. Colton Nussmeier is not going to start for Georgia in 2026. I don't think that's outlandish to say. If he starts in 2027, it will have been 2 full years since he played a meaningful snap of football. That says something. I think that's important. The other way you could take this is Garrett Nussmeier. Welcome to Buford, man. That's the joke that's going on Twitter right now.
Buford's already got a Division I football player playing quarterback right now. I don't think people realize that. That was not the case when Dylan Raiola transferred over here. Right? They needed another quarterback. So They needed a quarterback when he transferred over to the state of Georgia. But, yeah, somebody's going to try. I got my money on Valdosta. Valdosta is a Division I quarterback away from winning a state title. So, Shelton Felton, you might want to look into that. But, no, I would imagine people are asking me today. I had Georgia high school football coaches texting me today and be like, hey, if this guy comes over here, wouldn't that be his third school in a year? And wouldn't that automatically make him ineligible to the GHSA? And I'm like, Coach, don't worry about it, first of all. Second of all, I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy. Valdosta does not have Jace Johnson. That is Lowndes High School, the Texas A&M commit. He damn good, too. But, yeah, I would imagine we find a way to play ball somewhere, and it ain't going to be Rabun Gap either. They got a lefty that's going big time. And Rabun Gap is like outside of the GHSA rules, so they can take anybody that they want. But, yeah, I would be circling some major football programs. It ain't going to be Gainesville because Kareem Hewley's there. There's a lot of programs that would normally get quarterbacks to transfer in this situation that have already gotten quarterbacks to transfer in. So,
yeah,
it was a little spoken for.
What if you had to have – if we brought back the sliding scale majiggy and said, what is the percentage chance that Colton Nussmeier does not play a single snap of football this season? What percent chance?
Less than 5%.
Okay.
I highly doubt because, I mean, it's not like this guy's dad or this guy's parents are just, some random group of people. His dad's an offensive coordinator in the NFL. I'm sure they got plenty of connections and plenty of high school football coaches that they respect, have a tremendous amount of respect for, and they ultimately send him somewhere. But no, I highly doubt Colton takes the entire year off of high school football.
Okay.
Even though, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say he doesn't need it. Everybody needs to play, but he's played really, really high levels of high school football already. Also, by the way, I don't know if you've noticed this recent trend, but the Elite 11 always does a great job afterwards of kind of like showing the stats of their finalists in their final years of high school football. A lot of those guys don't play a lot of their senior seasons. It's hey, I had a thumb injury. I had to get surgery so I could be ready in December when I get to camp.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these guys are missing half of their senior seasons anyways.
I think if you could report, and if it were genuinely, like, reported as such, the amount of players that are, quote, opting out of certain high school football games, there would be an uproar on social media about this sport is ruined. College athletics have ruined high school football. Because you're right. A lot of this is, I'm committed to so-and-so. I need to protect my investment. I don't need to be playing in these last 5 football games. I don't need to be playing this season. Hey, I've got a bruise somewhere. I've got a sprained ankle. I've got something that I could come back from if I really, really wanted to. I'm going to shut it down.
Yeah.
I think the opt-out is the most prevalent in high school football.
I would love to have an honest conversation with college football coaches about something like this. Hey,
do they encourage it?
Yeah. I would be the other way. I would be the same way. Like, I remember my brother was a really, really good baseball player, like top 200 baseball player coming out of high school, and committed to Auburn, played at Auburn, and then he was debating whether or not to play his senior year of football as a catcher and as a baseball player. And every single baseball coach that he spoke to essentially told him, I won't take you if you skip football. If you just stop playing, if you stop competing because you're afraid of getting hurt, I'm good, man. They like actively encouraged, and I don't know if that's the same anymore.
Oh, I would
don't know
be
if that's
shocked
the same
if it
anymore.
is. I mean, when was he recruited and all that? Like 2009?
Yeah, like he graduated in 10. So yeah, this would have been
we're
15
talking,
years ago, 16 years ago. It's
a
long time ago.
We're talking 16 years ago when like there were still like,
and there was no money tied to these players.
Right, when there was football players still playing basketball and things like that. Like the two sport, like this does not happen nowadays. And thank God it didn't happen. But let's say your brother's playing football and blows out his arm. Auburn probably is like, that sucks. We're going to take that scholarship back. Though.
But there's plenty of football coaches that like actively encourage guys to play multiple sports.
Well, because they're the non-contact ones.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's not a lot of basketball coaches recommending that you play football.
You know what you need? You need to go out there on the gridiron.
Yeah, you need to go out there and get whacked around a little bit.
It's like, yeah, man, go run track. Yeah, absolutely. You want, go play baseball. That's good for you. Keep the arm active. Keep you active in the off season. Give you something to do. None of these guys are being like, yeah, go play some football, man.
Yeah, you're probably right. We have any other news? I think that's the other news.
The Georgia Bulldogs canceled yet another non-conference game, and that's kind of clickbait.
Who was it? Alabama A&M, FAMU. So
Florida A&M was scheduled to play Georgia on September 9th of 2028, which is 2 seasons away from the 2026 season. However, that deal has either fallen through or been terminated because that game has been canceled. So for those of you who are really looking forward to seeing FAMU come to town 3 years from now, I have bad news for you. That will not be the case. I think that this is at least good news in the sense of when you hear non-conference game getting canceled, you think, oh, great, another meaningful Power 4 opponent that we're going to have is gone. No, it's FAMU. You're probably going to get it replaced with someone else who is of equal or lesser talent to Florida A&M. No offense to them. We all know what those games are for, but news at the least. I mean, we talk about how in July there's not a lot going on around the team, so no news is good news today. I think we got 3 headlines that pertain to Georgia, so the fact that we got that, I'm fine with that.
Kirby, I have a Guess That Dog that I'm attempting to stump you today.
All right, bring it on.
I'm attempting to stump you. Now, you will get this because eventually I'll give you a bullet point that there's just guaranteed. You can't miss it.
Okay.
But here's the deal. I was the 224th ranked player in the 2007 signing class.
2007?
2007. How old were you?
I was 5 years old in 2007.
All right. When you were 5, this kid, this man was ranked 224th in the country.
I'm not going to be able to make a guess here.
No, I didn't give you a position there.
2007 commit. The only thing I can even think of, I'm not even going to make a guess yet.
I graduated from Brookwood High School in Snellville, Georgia.
Oh. Okay.
If that tipped you, you sir know ball.
It's not Rennie, is it?
It is Rennie Curran.
So here's why I know this.
Because there's only so many
Georgia
players that played at Brookwood?
Rennie Curran mentored me through the back half of my high school career.
I remember this.
I know a lot about Rennie Curran.
All right. I think the last one would have been the one that got you. I made the game-saving tip on a 4th and 4 against South Carolina in 2009.
Yes, you did. There was also a kick return for a touchdown there and a massive end around. Big game for Rennie Curran in that game.
Big game for Steven Garcia. I was never the biggest, but I was always the baddest.
Yeah, dude. Rennie was awesome, man.
Did you know he's the only Georgia player in the modern era to have 2 seasons of 100-plus tackles?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it checks out. I mean, he was flying all over. I think the first ever Rennie Curran play I remember was the 2007 blackout game when he's a true freshman and is just destroying people. That was the first time I was like, oh. But Rennie Curran was also, and this is nothing to do with him, was also the player or person who made me realize, I'm probably not going D1. Because I would train with him a good bit, and he would tell me about the things in high school and stuff. And he showed me a picture of one time. And you've seen Rennie Curran.
Yeah.
He is stacked, dude.
To this day.
Yeah. And he was showing me a picture of him in high school. And at the time, I was probably going into senior year. So I was 17, 16, pushing 17. And I was like, man, how old are you in this picture? He was like, oh, I was 14. Mm-hmm. And arms, jack, I was like, yeah, there really are just levels genetically. You can't outwork certain things.
I learned this many a time in my life, but the one that really hammered it home for me was I played around, and I'm not name dropping here. It's just the only time I actually hung out with the dude, apart from just at high school football games. But I was playing a round of golf with Veron Haynes one time, and Veron to this day is jacked. I mean, he has veins on his arms that look like horses' veins. I mean, he's so big. And I asked him, I was like, so what are you doing, man? What kind of schedule you got going on? How often do you, what you got going on? And he's like, well, if it ends in Y, I'm playing golf. a big-time day trader, and then I just hang out with the wife and kids. And I immediately said, so when do you work out? He started laughing, like audibly. Ha, 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 ha. I don't work out. I haven't worked out in 12 years.
It's genetics, dude.
12 years. And I told him, I said, Veron, if I stopped working out for 12 years, I would look like I do now. Because it was back when I was a big fat doughboy.
Yeah.
My God. Yeah, some people are they just got it, man. They're just a little bit different.
Yeah, dude. It's genetics truly are unfair. Like my dad has a full head of hair. Will die with a full head of hair. I don't think he's lost a single hair since I've known him. I did not get blessed with that. So
Pops is slacking today, by the way. He's not in the chat.
I think he's at dinner with a family friend. So
important.
Must be.
I bet he's got the phone pulled up on the side with the AirPod in.
Maybe.
I bet he's grinding.
I'll start getting texted. So I've got to guess that dog for you.
Come on.
Do you want hard, difficult, or easy?
I want it hard.
Pause. All right. I joined the Georgia.
It's been a minute since I gave him one of those.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I joined the Georgia Bulldogs 2023 recruiting class as a transfer player.
One more time.
I joined the Bulldogs 2023 recruiting class as a transfer player.
There's only like 5 of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give me the next one.
Before that, I was a 4-star prospect. Prior to transferring, I saw limited action with my former team.
Okay.
I had just one on-field appearance with the Bulldogs where I finished with 1 tackle on G-Day.
What kind of nonsense are you doing to me today?
This is the hard one. Do not feel bad if you don't get this one.
You made 1 play?
He had 1 tackle on G-Day, and that was it.
1 tackle on G-Day, 2023 transfer football player, 4-star, but didn't even play at his previous spot?
No. This is also a name that, like, I'd completely forgot about until I read his name. I was like, oh, yeah, I remember this whole thing.
Hold on. Do we have off-the-field concerns?
Allegedly.
Are we from Bainbridge?
Final hint, I am from Kirby Smart's hometown.
Yeah, you're Smoke Buoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was – I had completely, like, not in my brain until I read it. I was like, oh, my God, I completely forgot about this entire saga.
I couldn't tell you the tackle on the G-Day game.
I couldn't either.
I couldn't even tell you what number he wore.
I think it was like
2?
31.
Really?
I don't think it was like a you're a guy number.
He was so good in high school though.
Yeah, dude.
He was really good.
He was a part of that those Jimbo classes with A&M where it's like they're just getting everyone.
The Jimbo class. Yeah, he was. I think it was a 2022 signing.
He was a 22, 4-star out of 2022.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like they're getting everyone. What the hell is this? Then Nick Saban scores like he's paying for players.
Damn, Rocco's a ball knower in the chat. Good Lord.
Shout out.
He pulled that jump street.
All right, do you want the easy one or do you want the medium one now?
Give it to him a medium.
All right. I was one of the lowest rated prospects in Georgia's 2022 recruiting class.
Okay.
I was originally committed to another school within the SEC.
Okay.
I was one of 3 Georgia players to complete a pass during the 2024 SEC Championship. Now, that should give it away if you remember that game.
I mean, A.D. Mitchell had a pass, didn't he?
A.D. Mitchell wasn't on the team for 2024.
Are you Dylan Bell?
You're not Dylan Bell.
You're not Kenny McIntosh?
Nope.
Okay.
My commitment was met with many complaints from certain fans.
I got nothing. This should have been the hard one.
Here's a final hint. Although I am an out-of-state prospect, I have very personal connections with the University of Georgia. Really? This was when I was
Now
like,
you're gonna say it, and I'm gonna know.
Drew Bobo.
What? Run those bullet points back.
I was one of the lowest rated prospects in Georgia's 22 recruiting class.
Mm-hmm.
I was originally committed to another school within the SEC. He was an Auburn commit.
Yeah.
I was one of 3 Georgia players to complete a pass during the 2024 SEC Championship.
Oh, the fake punt.
The fake punt. He catches the snap and tosses it to Arian
forward.
Smith. They count it as a pass. So it's him, Gunner, and Carson Beck that complete passes that night.
Brooks, look at chat. I'm not trying to cheat, man. I'm
Yeah,
trying
no,
to do
don't
this
cheat.
honestly, man.
I thought for sure you'd get that one.
Oh, you should have told me he had a resting lineman face. I would have nailed it.
Yeah, that would have made it too obvious. Well, I was like,
He's got resting lineman face.
the final hit that
True Bobo.
the final hit that I was going to give was like he's one of your favorite players right now, or like, but
Yeah.
that felt like too much of a layup. All right, I'll give you the fairly easy one. And now I don't know if this is easy either. I think I might have stumped.
Yeah, I don't know ball. Like, this is obvious.
I was a 3-star commit in the 2019 recruiting class.
One more time.
3-star commit in the 2019 recruiting class.
Okay.
I wore a single-digit number. I am often listed as one of the more underrated players from the golden age of Georgia football. And for those of you who don't know, that's 21 to 23.
Single digit, 3-star, unheralded. Okay.
I have as many 100-yard receiving games as I do 100-yard rushing games.
You're a wide receiver?
You are not a wide receiver.
So you're a running back.
Yes.
And you were a single digit?
Uh-huh.
And you were a 3-star.
Uh-huh.
So you have to be. You're not Kenny McIntosh, are you?
He is Kenny McIntosh.
He was a 3-star?
Final hint, I'm a Super Bowl champion. Yeah,
he was a 3-star.
He was a 3-star.
Wow.
And
I felt like he was way better than that.
had only one
Traitsy.
100-yard rushing game in his career was Kentucky.
Baylor?
Kentucky in 22, and had a 100-yard receiving outing. I can't remember who it was against, but yeah, Kenny McIntosh.
Definitely wasn't James Cook. James Cook was a 5-star.
Yeah, James Cook was a highly recruited.
Yeah. All right.
Those are all the guess that dogs I have for you.
All right,
I
what
feel
else
like,
we got?
were those fair hints at least?
Yeah, yeah.
I try not.
No, you
I
were
don't want to
good.
be the gotcha
good.
guy.
Ooh, should we build perfect dog or should we ask Kirby smart questions he'll never answer? What do you want to do?
I think I have some fun ones for this Kirby Smart questions you'll never answer.
Yeah, I got some things that I know he'll never answer, like this one. Hey, Coach, you make $15 million annually. Why don't you just every year commit to paying the first year for a 5-star? Can you do that? Because coaches give money to their own collective all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you
Like,
could.
how much of a selling point would that be? Hey, son, I believe in you so much that I'm going to give you $1.2 million. And by your sophomore year, don't even worry about it because you're going to be so good that we're actually going to market you. Like he tells all these kids anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
Or you don't even have to pay the whole thing. Just, I'll be the sweetener.
you can certainly do
Can
that.
you
but
do that?
Well,
and if not, or if so, why aren't coaches doing this?
I think it's Pandora's box, dude. I think it's like if you give a mouse, the second you give one recruit X amount of dollars, is like, oh, you gave this, because they've all got agents, they've all got parents. There's all word of mouth here, where it's like, hey, Kirby's giving millions of dollars of his own money to this recruit. Oh, we're better than him. We're higher rated than him. We're higher valued than him. We deserve X number of dollars from it, and that just becomes like you're letting the cat out of the bag so much of that you're never going to be able to slow that down.
Brooks's brain is not functioning correct tonight. It never does. It never does. Go ahead.
I would just look at him like, Coach, I need your craziest George Pickens story, Jalen Carter story, Devontae Wyatt story, all of those. Give me stories on them, Coach.
I've got some. I can't tell them.
Not on air.
I got some.
Not on
I
air.
think you've heard some of them.
Yeah, I probably have heard. I've probably heard most of them, but like straight from Coach Smart, who is with them every day at practice. Mm-hmm. There's got to be some.
I want to retroactively ask him a question during the 2020 Georgia-Florida game. And here's the question. Because on Tuesday, Coach, you said that George Pickens was going to be a day of decision. Why didn't he travel? If you're a game-time decision and we're going to figure it out during warm-ups, why didn't he travel?
I think we just every year that goes by, we just slowly peel that onion back a little more.
Just,
Yeah, no. I don't know anything.
I know what the answer would be. We evaluated him Friday. He just wasn't good enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's another one that I would love to ask him. What is the harshest, most ruthless thing you have ever said or heard Coach Saban say at a practice? Just the most like, oh my God, you would get canceled today if you said, because like we're thinking about this man has been a college football coach in some capacity for 30 years now, or for 25 at least. Mm-hmm. He has said something on the field, or Nick Saban has said something on the field that would just be like, wait, you told a 19-year-old kid that? Oh my God, I would love to hear that story and just envision that in his head.
I saw a video of, and I'm really not trying to be disrespectful. My brain's just not working tonight. What's the podcast with all the former players, the walk-ons, the wide receivers?
Oh, I know exactly. They just had Javon Wims on there. I don't know the name.
And they were talking about microphone. Miles Thornton.
Yeah.
Apparently, Miles Thornton was down there in practice on a scout team, and Kirby gets on the microphone and says something along the lines of, "Hey, Coley, can we get something other than big-bootied wide receivers out here running routes?" That is crazy. The idea that you would say that on a loudspeaker. Hey, can we get these big-bootied guys up off of here? Give me somebody who can actually run routes.
I think that's also Coach like showing his age a little bit of like
big booty.
Big booty. What? What do you mean by that, Coach?
He was held back in the twerking days, I would imagine.
I don't know if Kirby.
He's probably too old for that. That's my age group.
Yeah, I don't know if Kirby Smart's ever twerked a day in his life.
He ain't never. Never mind.
Nah, that's
what. For the windows, you know.
It's a good song.
It's a great song. Great song back in the day. Clubbing's just not it anymore.
Too many phones.
Too many phones. That's the damn truth right there. Too many phones.
Yeah.
But clubbing back in the day was.
There's no phones.
No phones.
You go into a dark building, you dance with some people, and
anything could happen.
Never see them again.
Anything could happen.
You give them a fake name. You give them a whatever. Like after you leave that building, unless you go somewhere else, you don't see that person. I didn't experience that, but
that's what's wrong with America nowadays. Kids aren't grinding.
I think the last true place that you can do that, where you can just do something and not really face consequences for it, and they're tearing these down now, to McDonald's playpen. You could go in there and beat the hell out of a kid in the McDonald's playpen, just crowd on the other side, get on the slide. Never happened.
Yeah, you can't even see a ball pit anymore.
None the wiser.
They don't even have them.
Getting into a fight in the McDonald's playpen and just leaving. No one knows what happened up there. Take me back, dude.
Yeah, they need to bring back McDonald's playpens.
Agreed.
Not for like adults.
For our kids, yeah.
Yeah, for our kids.
For our future.
Something like that.
Here's another one I want to ask him. Coach, you went to the University of Georgia. Some of your coworkers, shall we call them, were good friends with you. Let me get your craziest Mike Bobo college story. That would be Mike, starting quarterback at the time, living it up. Coach, something cool must have happened between you and Mike Bobo.
Hey, Coach, would you play you? That would be my question.
Oh, he would say hell. I think you could.
I think you could say hell no.
You could ask him that today, and he would go hell no.
Like even on the roster that you played on, not obviously your rosters.
Oh,
but like would you play you? If you were your football coach, would you play you?
That's a good one. He would probably answer that one though.
Yeah.
Like he'd probably just be like, "Why is my time being wasted?" With that question,
for sure.
Why is my time being wasted? He would, if you got him in a laid back, relaxed environment. If by some miracle of God he ever came on this show, he would answer that question. Ooh, here's one I want to ask.
Twerking was so prominent that
just think about that now.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking like twerking was so prominent that if you went to a high school dance, chaperones would walk around and say things like, "You gotta leave room for Jesus."
Yeah.
Like every person my age or slightly around me has heard that, and that's just not the case anymore. You got to get off your phones, is what they probably say
live
nowadays.
in the moment.
Yeah. Are you part of the Film Guy fam?
Ooh, are you subscribed? Yeah, that's a good one.
Are you subscribed, Coach? I think you are. The Diatribes comment makes me believe he listens, or at least sees something.
He sees the clips.
Something.
I don't know if Kirby Smart has a YouTube account.
No, I don't think he's ever scrolled on YouTube.
I don't think so ever.
Maybe coaches' clinics.
Maybe.
And he's got a user account or probably uses boogies.
Yeah. I'd say, Coach, I need your top 5 favorite and least favorite coaches you've ever worked with.
Oh, I got top 5 coaches you want to punch in the mouth.
Ooh, yeah. All right, that's a good one.
Give me those. Top 5 football coaches you want to punch in the mouth. And why is Shane Beamer one?
We'll see. I would love to get, like, who do you hate?
Yeah.
Who do you hate? Who do you, like, just despise?
I don't have a tremendous amount of respect for this guy.
Ooh, that would be the best way to put it.
Who makes the you don't have tremendous amount of respect for list?
Here's one. Give me your all 22 all-time UGA players that you've coached. This would settle a lot of debates, like this player was great, but my God, was he a headache? Or the fans love this guy, but we never really thought he was that good, or he's underrated. Stuff like that. The Coach Smart all 22, I think that would be interesting.
I went top 5 dogs of all time. Just give me that.
Yeah.
Short and concise.
You know what I think, though? Like, I don't know if, like, Kirby Smart is, like, as in touch. Maybe. I might be tripping.
You don't think he's a Georgia Bulldogs historian?
No.
I bet he is.
I bet if you ask Kirby Smart, hey, what happened from 2009 to 2013 with Georgia football, he'd be like, I don't know. I was coaching my ass off at Alabama.
Shout out to Marcy. She says, supporting Brooks and Jay Will. JK Kirby, we love you, but you have horrible taste.
I don't think my taste is that bad.
I mean, yeah, you've been dodging the food takes, and I appreciate that of you.
I'll give some. Next week we'll give a.
No, please no.
Okay.
Actually, go ahead. We can use some rage bait.
It's not rage bait, guys. They're just my takes. But either way.
Here's a question for him, and I got to put him under truth serum for this.
Oh, these are with
all
the
truth serum.
All understanding.
All
like you are
serum.
answering all these questions honestly.
You think Herschel Walker would ball now like he did then?
Ooh, that's a fun question. I too have
because I think he'd be great. He'd be the best running back in college football, but it wouldn't be like it was. I remember going back and when I first started covering Georgia, I was reading a bunch of different, all kind of books because I was disconnected from Georgia football, as you guys have obviously been exposed to throughout all these trivia type of segments we've had lately. But I was reading so many different like history of Georgia football books, and in one of them they had basically the entire heights and weights of all of Herschel's offensive linemen. Herschel was like 6'2", 230 pounds.
He was as tall as
college. His offensive line averaged 250 pounds.
Yeah.
Which meant the defensive line probably on the other side was averaging like 245.
Yeah.
And just like the level of – we all know this. Like football players have gotten bigger, faster, and stronger over 45 years. Like do you think that it would be like that? Because my adage is no. I don't think it would be – what is this? Like it was to an extent.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing I look back is like William Perry, Refrigerator Perry, is like known for like 6'2", big guy.
Really?
6'2".
Yeah, they make him seem like he was Jordan Davis.
Yeah, 6'2". Now there's been like some very big defensive linemen in professional football, but yeah, no, I think that's like. I think deep down every Georgia fan knows that if 1980 Herschel Walker played in 2025, he's probably not as legendary or as good as he is.
He's the best back in college football.
Sure.
Yeah. And look, the thing about Herschel is that his physical metrics still hold up. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God, a 6'2", 230-pound back that's a 10-500-meter runner and ran 4.28 or something like that. Like that, yeah, that guy's great. There's no doubt about it. But the other people around him are so much better now. So I wonder what it would look like, and I would want his truth serum response on that.
That's a good one. Do you regret the JF situation, Coach?
I'm a JF guy. Who are you?
JF.
You a JF guy?
I'm a big JF guy.
That's crazy, dude. Why?
Because that's the one where if you give Kirby Smart any flack, if there's ever been like a main point of contention for a lot of that fan base, it was that. Now, Stetson Bennett winning you 2 titles kind of quieted that down. But to this day, there are people that die on the hill that JF should have started over JF. and Kirby Smart did malpractice doing so. So I would love to get his opinion on that. What are you reading over there?
Chad Lindbergh just followed me on Instagram. That's one of my favorite football players that I've interviewed in over the years. High school football players I've interviewed. And I used to do that a lot where Georgia kid would commit. We'd hop on a StreamYard link together and we'd watch their tape.
Yeah.
And, man, did that guy know ball. Holy hell. So that's a good little flashback from the past right there. I want your wildest – because he's not on the trail anymore. I want his wildest I was on the trail doing some crazy shit recruiting story from his days at Alabama. Because I've heard people – like I know people in the industry that were covering then. Because this is like, 09 to 16 when he's defensive coordinator?
I think 08.
And I was told that nobody was a bigger lunatic on the recruiting trail than Kirby Smart. His energy was redonkulous.
I believe it.
Like when I go see guys out on the trail now, they all got their little pad. Most of them got their iPad and they're over there taking notes. They don't really talk. They're just a silent observer with the logo. They want the kid to know that they're there. They might solo the kid out, after practice and, hey, how's mom doing? You look good today, son. Can't wait to get you up on campus, the yada, yada, yadas. I was told Kirby Smart was like the defensive line / weight training coach, it seemed like, for every high school field that he went to. He was slapping helmets. He was jumping up and down. He was a freaking lunatic of energy.
Checks out.
And I would want to maybe not even ask. I just want to transport me there. Let me see what that looked like. Let me see what your vibes were when you were just DC trying to get every player you possibly could, and you were there doing it, not let's ask Marcus Fakatu how many different photo stations they had when he's on his OV.
Yeah.
Which, by the way.
That's going around today. Have you seen that?
You know what else will probably cease to exist moving forward? You probably won't be filming your OV at Georgia anymore.
It didn't seem like he knew he was on camera.
Yeah. Also,
it was like taken from an angle where it's like, I'm very discreetly filming this, and Kirby never once looks over and like makes eye contact or acknowledges the cameras. So I wonder if he even knew.
Yeah.
But yeah, that relationship has probably been diminished even more, especially after you commit to Ohio State.
Maybe they're in an era now where they don't have that option. If the kid wants to have a social media profile, if he wants to start his own YouTube channel, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
If he's that good, you got to recruit him.
Yeah.
And they have to recruit that Fakatu kid. He's that good.
That's fair.
I don't understand why that's such a big dub for Ohio State fans. It's been thrown in my mentions all day today.
I don't get it.
He asked a question. And I think he prefaced it by saying, I asked Ohio State. He wasn't asking the kid.
Yeah, he asked a question and gave a fact of we have 4, they have 1. Ultimately, he committed to Ohio State. Like, you won the recruiting battle. I don't know what the very very interesting.
That probably wasn't the reason they won it.
Yeah.
I think I had another one here.
I've got one final one.
Yeah.
What is the maximum, the absolute most amount of money that you would be willing to pay annually to never, ever have to do a media availability again?
I mean, what's the fine? I'm sure he would play it or pay it. I'm sure there's a fine in the SEC bylaws for skipping out on media availabilities.
Probably, but you do have to maintain rapport with the local beat. What is the amount of money Kirby Smart would be like, hey, guys, I don't want to talk to you. Let me just cash a check, and you guys can split that evenly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to pay the local, just like, away. We're not talking with you today. That's what I'm wondering. What is the dollar amount he'd be willing to give up for that? It would never happen, and there are some, journalism cannot be bought out type thing, but what would be the dollar amount you'd be willing to give up, Coach, so that you never have to talk to me or Brooks or any of those guys ever again?
I think he has the least amount of media availabilities of any college football coach in the country.
For sure, and he wants even less.
Already. He definitely has the least amount of practice availability.
You know, it's something I've never...
I I probably shouldn't name. I spoke to a beat reporter the other day that told me that their head coach allows them to quote unquote sneak. They like coach opens a back door for them to come watch practice whenever they want.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just the level of access some of these programs have. I'm like, what? I feel like at Georgia, everyone's treated like a nuisance.
Well, in their eyes, they are.
Yeah. Hunter Moss says, I'll throw some money in, finished off my truck payments yesterday. Love you, boys.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Big time. I don't know if I'll ever pay a truck off. Love you, boys. Even if we disagree on some of the list y'all do, I got nothing but love and respect for you. For there is a ball knower. It's one of my favorites that we say around here. Share the good news, man. For there is a ball knower. What else we got tonight?
So we built a perfect quarterback off.
Shout out to the chat. I forget who brought this segment up. It's like, hey, build your best player out of all the players total. But we separated it into like position players. This has been a great addition.
You know what I also realized that we haven't done like the last 3 weeks?
Say what?
Discord Q&A.
Oh, yeah, we've been too loaded.
Yeah, too loaded.
It's too slap loaded. And we took a couple Thursdays off.
That is also true.
That's probably what it was.
That is
Us lazy bums.
Well.
All right, who are we building tonight?
So we did a quarterback last night, kind of impromptu. Tonight we're going to do running backs and a wide receiver. So we have, I believe it is 8 categories for that running back. It's frame, vision, mentality, strength, speed, hands, change of direction, and breaking tackles. So we'll go down each of those categories and pick which trait of that running back would you want to build the perfect Georgia football running back. Starting off with frame, who would you want?
I mean, it's between Todd or Herschel.
I'd go with Todd.
I'd go with Herschel.
Okay.
Thicker.
That's fair. I think.
Do you really think it was 1,000 push-ups a day, or is it genetics, or both? Or was it the racing? Oh, that was Bo Jackson who raced trains.
No, Herschel Walker raced trains too.
Oh yeah. Bo was jumping over rivers.
Here's a hot take for you.
What was that?
1,000 push-ups in a day. Not that crazy.
It's a lot.
It's a lot
to do every day. It's a lot.
Yes.
I mean, I was doing 200 a day for a long time, and that got too much.
It's
in terms
tedious,
of like,
yeah.
I got to do it again.
But also, like,
I think it's more of a mental fortitude thing.
It is.
Yeah.
If you took an hour out of your day and you just repped out sets of 25, you'd be done in a relatively moderate time. Like, look, I'm not saying anything about Herschel Walker, denying the athlete that he was and still currently is, but I think when people are like, he did 1,000 push-ups a day, it's like, all right. It's not the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Man, we got our 2 video clipping interns are, neck and neck. They're competing. I love this. They are slap competing. So much so that we might just have to hire them both, Kirby.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good.
they are getting the damn job done. They're probably going to clip me saying this about themselves. But they're doing a great job. Shout out to Matt.
All right, so you went with Herschel, I went with Todd. For vision, who are you going with? This one was tough because I can't think of a running back.
I got such an off-the-wall one.
Okay, I can't think of a running back where I thought, like, man, his best trait is his vision, his awareness.
There is one.
Who is it?
It's Dejon Edwards.
Dejon Edwards is a great option.
Dejon Edwards had no business being 5 yards a carry guy. He's not traitsy like any of these other people. I mean, he's probably the least traitsy running back Georgia's had. Not named, I don't know, Cash Jones maybe?
Yeah.
Like, he is the least traitsy back they've had.
Funny enough, Cash Jones made my list.
Hands?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Dejon to me. Dejon, the idea of the death march was I can go down the field against loaded boxes and not a lot of space, and I can chew it for 4 yards a clip just giving this kid the ball.
He's a fantastic option. And
it was all vision, all one cuts, all finding the space.
I think, and I think of one cuts for me. Sonny Michel was probably the best one cut back I remember watching.
Yeah.
Dejon Edwards is certainly a great option as well. Sonny Michel always seemed to be able to find the hole. Sonny Michel always seemed to be able to find where at least the void was in the defense, and especially when he got into open field. very, very good at finding where he needed to go. And I think he honestly, like, it was a short career, but that's what made him a great NFL running back for the time being. So I went with Sony. Next up is mentality. Like, what is
home run? This is obvious. It's Nick Chubb.
Really? I went Todd Gurley.
No, it's
Todd
Nick
Gurley.
Chubb.
I need a dog, dude.
Nick Chubb's not a dog.
Nick Chubb is a dog. Nick Chubb is a silent assassin.
And not to, like, I don't know Todd personally, but we live in an NIL era nowadays. And I'm not saying Todd would have came in every year and asked for a raise.
Well, Todd has said himself he would transfer every year.
So Todd put it out there. But I know for a fact Nick Chubb's like, hey, what am I making? Cool. That's fine.
You might have convinced me on the Chubb because I did not even consider NIL being a thing. In fact, I didn't factor it in this.
And the mental fortitude. That guy's overcome so much physically in his career, and he's still chugging away. Whereas, I mean, Todd was burnt out by the time he's 29. He's like, I'm good on this.
Yeah, that's that arthritis in his knee.
I know. Look, hey, but the other dudes had 3 ACL tears. I'm sure his knee doesn't feel great.
You know what? You've convinced me. I'm going Chubb with mentality. Strength.
Now, I did put either Todd or Herschel here.
I put Chubb here.
Okay.
Just because, like, the videos him squatting freakish amounts, like,
yeah.
Nick Chubb is one of the strongest individuals I've ever seen come through Georgia.
Freshman Kendall Milton was a bitch to tackle.
Yeah, he was.
What you got going on tonight? You
I don't know.
sneezing,
I think I
coughing?
got like
You
a
good?
little head cold or something, man.
Stay away from me.
I mean, I'm fine. It's just, little snuffles.
Little snuffles?
Yeah.
Little snuffleupagus?
Yeah, dude, it's not allergies. I don't know what it is, but we're all right.
Chat, y'all decide on that one. Is it Todd? Is it Herschel? Is it Nick Chubb? Who is the guy you go for strength? Now, it's not just like he lift weights. I think it's like who's toughest to tackle.
Yeah, I mean, I think
not like make you miss, but like run your ass over.
Well, that's what I have is like break tackle, but
Yeah.
Herschel Walker certainly fits in this category as well. But I went with Chubb strength just because, like, from a pure like, God, he was so strong and so hard to tackle. Nick Chubb.
That's fair. I'll give it to you.
Next up is speed. Who are we going with for speed? I think we might have the same answer here.
1, 2, 3.
Keith
Dwight
Marshall.
Phillips Jr.
Dwight Phillips Jr. is a fantastic answer. I went with Keith Marshall.
I mean, we can make this easy. We can just high school 100s. Keith was a 10-3 guy. I think Dwight ran 10-1-1 his last year of high school track.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
But the play speed of Keith was,
That's what I think is also like yes, track times are important.
Y'all got it mixed up on Swift in the chat. Swift was not a long speed guy. Swift's going to come up in a couple of these categories, or one of these categories for me. But he was not a burner, I didn't think.
Yeah, no, DeAndre Swift was not
quicker than fast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good allusion to the next. Keith Marshall, in my opinion, is the epitome of if he gets it open field, he's
speed.
gone. You're not tackling. Pre-injury Keith Marshall, God, dude, so fast. Dwight Phillips is absolutely this as well.
We haven't seen Dwight open it up yet. Still.
No,
we haven't seen him get it.
Well, he hasn't gotten an opportunity to do
No.
so. Like, unfortunately, he's not a running back where, that the opportunity is afforded to him. Next up,
your pop showed up in the chat with a Chubb show.
Oh, very nice.
I guess dinner ran early. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I would say he's probably done with dinner.
Yeah.
Next up, hands.
It's Cash Jones.
Yeah, the only one I thought about putting Brian Harry in here.
This is one catch.
Because of the one catch, but I couldn't. I can't. Do you remember Cash Jones dropping a ball?
No. James Cook plucked it really well.
Here's why I didn't put James Cook. I rewatched the 2020 Arkansas-Georgia game a few weeks ago. James Cook has 2 drops and a fumble in that game.
He did
great.
have a fumbling problem early, didn't he?
He did. Not a great outing from James Cook in 2020, but you know what? Fantastic out of the backfield, receiving back. Change of direction is next.
It's easy for me.
This is DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, it's DeAndre Swift.
No, Sean Marino deserves a shout here, though. Because I really wanted to put him in one of these categories, but I couldn't find the one to fit him.
I couldn't either. I think Noshawn's just a really, really well-rounded back.
Yeah.
He was really good at everything. I don't think he was the greatest at anything.
No.
But he would be at other schools, I would imagine. It's just hard beat out a bunch of Georgia backs in certain categories.
Right.
You know?
And then finally, break tackle. I think there's only one option for this. Not only one. There's plenty of great options.
I have a caveat. It's Herschel, but against 1980 players. Nobody could tackle that guy.
None.
From day one. You know?
I mean, how often?
I've never seen a running back at Georgia run over anybody like freshman Herschel ran over that safety from Tennessee.
Zamir White did it towards the end of the Clemson game.
That bad?
It was pretty bad, dude.
Yeah.
Not that bad, but like, oh my Lord.
I mean, he high stepped out of that.
And that's like, you not even Georgia football, and not like Derrick Henry stiff arms the hell out of people. You rarely, almost never see, I'm going to put my shoulder down and just walk through you like you are nothing in football anymore. Like the last player that I think like really did that with consistency was Brandon Jacobs. And I don't think he's played in the last decade at least, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean like tackling forms have gotten better. Players have gotten bigger, stronger, all that. So I would be very interested to see what 1980 Herschel Walker would do in a modern running back or against a modern defense. At the same point, though, like kind of the "don't meet your heroes" adage. Let legends be.
Chat's cooking us a little bit because we didn't have any Garrison Hurst mentions here. He's a great tackle breaker, wasn't he?
Garrison Hurst was a fantastic and a dynamic running back. I don't have enough access to, nor was I alive for Garrison Hurst to fully justify putting him on one of these lists. I mean, there's a lot of like really good. Robert Edwards was a fantastic running back. Musa Smith deserves a shout there, but like these are guys that are before my time. Like I only know them from like legends and a few highlight clips here and there. Like you can watch basically almost every major Herschel Walker run, every major Herschel Walker play. Other than that, like I don't have a ton of access.
Who had the most aura? Because I got an answer.
Todd's up there. Herschel Walker's.
You're not going to get to mine.
It's a different type of aura for Herschel.
Crow knows, baby. It's Isaiah Crowell. That dude was an aura machine when he was at Georgia.
Yeah, but I think it's also like
I got a story about him.
that relationship ended so sourly that where it's like,
and here's part of the reason why. The habits on him weren't all that great.
mm-hmm.
I vividly remember a buddy of mine was at Georgia at the time, and he was a lot older than me. He came back to high school, and we were talking about Crow, and he goes, man, I walked out of class the other day, and Isaiah Crowell come walking by me smoking a cigarette.
A cigarette?
A cigarette. Just on the Marlboro.
And that was like 2011 was like peak like cigarettes are bad campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Let's kill big tobacco.
Ripping heaters.
A cigarette?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a Rillo. It was a cigarette?
Nope, straight cigs.
Interesting.
Crow nose cigs.
Isaiah Crow would have a lot of fun in downtown Athens now.
Isaiah Crow is so talented that he ended up spending 6 years in the league.
Yeah, and he went to like what Alabama A&M after Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean he was a solid running back for the Browns for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, but
Let's build this receiver.
do you want to do that real quick?
I do.
All right.
I want to give them more than an hour. That's what I want to do.
All right. For the frame, who you got?
We got the same one.
We're the
We
same
talked
one.
about this before the show. I've never seen a Georgia wide receiver look bigger than Chris Durham.
Chris Durham, 6'5", 212.
So big,
Huge,
so long.
massive.
He played like 6 years in the league, just running down on kickoff.
Yeah, I think it was
He was so big
just big.
and fast.
I think we might have a lot of the same answers here.
You think
Route
so?
route running.
I went Lad McConkey now.
Lad McConkey.
Now, not freshman Lad.
No,
Not
I think
not even sophomore Lad. Like the kid was a high school quarterback that played safety and corner and punt return and kick return but was so athletic and started. I remember going out and seeing him, and we got the video still of his first workout after playing basketball season, his senior year going into about to commit to Georgia. I hear about this Lad McConkey kid. Hey, he's about to pop. All right, I'm going to go see him. And we start filming him. And I remember leaving going, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Granted, it was his first day back from basketball. He hadn't done any of those drills. And I remember telling him and his dad, I was like, Benji, you need to get this kid down with Terrence, and you need to get him down there now, and you need to let him figure out how to run routes at a really, really high level. And next thing I know, he's down there with Terrence, and within like 6 weeks, it was like, all right, I got this.
Hell yeah.
And that's just how he is. And he's just so athletic. You can just coach him up, you show it to him once, make him go through it a couple times, and he's done. And then when he got to Georgia, he started training with Stephon Brown, who, is a really, really elite route runner specialist. So, yeah, I would take Ladd.
I took him too. Hands. Obvious.
No discussions.
AJ Green.
George Pickens. Pickens has got the softest and strongest hands I've ever evaluated. And his ability to locate the football was insane.
I went AJ Green here.
I went AJ Green for a different category.
Vertical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's only one answer.
I went AJ. His ability to high point. I don't know if he jumped higher than everybody else.
Chris Conley.
Okay.
45-inch vertical.
Yeah, I know at the NFL Combine, but there's only one player I can note with the ball's in the air and you got to out-jump somebody, go get it at its highest point. It's AJ.
That's fair.
The Colorado play, the dive in the touch. I don't know who they're playing, but it's one of the very first photos you ever see of AJ Green when you Google him and look for an image. His ability to find the ball in the air and go get it at its highest point, there's been nobody better at that. I think it even played a role. I mean, he's a great route runner in the NFL, but his ability to catch the ball at its point was what made him a potential Hall of Famer. Potential?
Debatable, yeah.
Debatable?
Might get in there one day.
Yeah.
Speed, I went Arian Smith.
Yeah, same. I went Arian Smith.
IQ.
I got two.
Who you got?
Rojak and Michael Bennett.
Two very good options. I went Hines Ward.
Okay.
Because he played quarterback as well. You understand the system. Like, you were a wide receivers coach. Like, I feel like if there's anyone who understands that position, it's Hines Ward. So I went with him. Break tackle abilities. This one will be interesting. I've got an answer.
This isn't running backs. So to me, like breaking tackles to me at wide receiver is also a make you miss.
Yeah.
It's different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I don't connote wide receivers running over people.
No.
If I did, this would be Colby Young's category.
Yes.
But it's Zachariah Branch.
Zachariah Branch is a great answer. I think people forget how great Malcolm Mitchell was at shedding arm tackles and breaking them.
I think people forget how great Lindsey Scott was.
Name one play Lindsey Scott did outside.
Run! That's all I got.
He only says run Lindsey once.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like, the run Lindsey run is inaccurate. He says run Lindsey and then continues calling the play.
I thought it was run Lindsey run.
No.
I thought he hit it with another one after.
He just hits run Lindsey once. Then finally blocking. This one's, I feel like, obvious as well. Hines.
Yeah, Hines.
Hines Ward made a career for that guy blocked.
Yeah, especially in pro ball. Hines is a great shout. I went Javon Wims.
Shout out Javon Wims.
And a dog.
Hot take.
Might fight you.
Hot take. Javon Wims. 2017 Javon Wims is the best X receiver Georgia's ever had.
What?
2017 Javon Wims is the best X receiver Georgia's had.
Ever had?
Under Kirby Smart. Excuse me.
Okay.
My bad. Under Kirby Smart. Of the Kirby Smart era, Javon Wims.
No, there's a run there where George Pickens is literally tilting fields. George is the only guy I've ever studied at Georgia since I've been doing this that required safety attention. They bracketed that guy as a freshman sometimes.
I think if you had access to 2017 tape, you would be like, this Javon Wims dude.
I did for a little bit. I don't anymore. I remember going back and watching the Rose Bowl, and that's the first thing I noticed was, oh my God, Jeremiah Holloman, Javon Wims, and even Ridley had guys 50 yards downfield burying them in the sidelines against Oklahoma. That's one thing I will say. People always like, you got to block if you want to play wide receiver at Georgia. That is true. They've gotten worse at it. They were so much better at it in 2017 when I watched. So, yeah, I would go Javon Wims. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed it this week. Hope you hit that thumbs up button on your way out. I love you. We'll see you next time.